Okay, let's do the Wordle for January the 18th. Open my New York Times app. There's Wordle. Play. All right, so I think whatever the first word is that you use, and I do change mine around, but I have a couple that I use a lot. Just try to get at least 2 vowels is my only advice. And maybe a couple interesting consonants if you can. If you can't, that's fine. There's so many of them. But, things that go together, CH, GH, things like that. So I am going to start with one of my tried and true because it has 3 vowels and an N. The L, I'm not as crazy about, but yeah. All right, so it wasn't great, but it'll work. Okay, so now I need a word that has an L and an E, but does not have an A and an I and an N. So let's see if there's 2 E's, because if it doesn't have an A and an I, then the only other 2 vowels would be an O and a U, but let's just try this. Okay, well, we learned that it has an S, and we know that we know there's only 2 places where that E can go, either as the first letter, which is not that usual, can happen, but not that usual, or the last letter, when very common for an E. We've learned that the L can only be in the last 3 spots, one of the last 3 spots, and that there's no R. So it's going to be either, I do a lot of this. Let me show you what I do. What I do is O's on them when I don't know what's going to go there, just so I can kind of look at it. Like that. Just so I can kind of get a look at it. And you can't see this, but I got my hand covering the O's some of the times to help. Yeah, see, I was thinking of this word, but it doesn't have the E. So it might be an S something something L-E. That S could be anywhere. Actually, it could even be P-O-L-E-S. Let's try that. No. Wow, we're going to run out of guesses. Oh, I had the S at the end again. Try not to do that. Try not to repeat your mistakes. Sometimes I do because it's the only word I can think of. And sometimes you just add an S at the end of something or an R just to be able to give it a try. All right, but what we do know now is the L is one of the last 2 letters. And the E, and seeing the E is in the same position it was the first time I guessed, so that was dumb. All right. So, so we know the L and the E are going to be, we know the L is going to be in the last 3 letters. That O could be anywhere, and the S as well. This word is probably got a weird order that's throwing me. Okay, so like O-S something L-E. But what would go before an S? Or an, no. This is kind of a tough one for me. This was a bad example to record. Or maybe it's recording it that's making it harder on me. Maybe it's something, S-E-L. No, it can't be S-E-L, duh. The E has to be at the begin or the end or the beginning. How about E-L-O? No, that can't be. It can't be elope either. E-S-O-L. Nope. Okay, so what I typically will do in this point is I'll kind of go through the alphabet that's down on the bottom and kind of look like the first one's a W, and I just think what letters with a W go with O-L-E-S? Swole, S-W. Not a word. Okay, I don't think it is. Swollen, but I don't think swole is a word. And if it is, I think it's a little obscure for this puzzle. Then there's T. S-T-O-L-E. That could be it. Right? And it is. I don't think of stole that often. I think of stolen. But a stole is also something you wear. All right, that's it.